What is up? It's Isaac of the Dead, back with another tank top video. Always half naked with these things. But hey, that's on theme with Agatha all along, which I am going to review episode 2 now that I've seen it. So, there's a little bit more story development here. We see the gay teen coming out of the closet after he's been bondaged up with tape on his mouth, and he's all, all that, stupid shit. So, Agatha, what her goal is here in this episode is to find the witch's road so she can get her powers back. Because she doesn't have her powers right now. Alright? Everybody got that? Everybody got that through your heads? Okay, cool. Just making sure. I'm having a hard time keeping up with this. So, she's trying to go to this witch's road. What is the witch's road, you may ask? It's not very clear. They don't really exactly make it clear. Now, if you're a Warhammer fan, I would say it's like the Warp. If you're an Insidious fan, I would say it's like the Further. Basically, if I had to assume what the witch's road is, I would say it is the Immaterium, the realm of souls, hell, purgatory, whatever you could describe it as. Basically, the spiritual realm, right? For witches, at least, in this show. So the goal is to go there, down the witch's road, because a song or a ballad or something says so. And that's where Agatha's going to get her powers from. Or get her powers back from, right? Okay, cool. Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Okay. I'm trying to deliver a plot synopsis here. Spoilers in this video. So, basically, Agatha uses this kid, this teenager, who is obviously Billy, Wanda's son, Wiccan. That they're trying to play it off as it's going to be like some sort of surprise later down the line. But I know the truth. It's Billy. I want to say Billy Kaplan? Maximoff. We'll just say Maximoff because then Kaplan is his married name. Yeah, because he's gay. He has a boyfriend. Not that there's anything wrong with that in particular. That is actually lore accurate to Wiccan. But, on par with Disney content now, it just feels like it's, whatever, right? So, so Agatha uses Billy. We're just going to call him Billy now because I'm not going to call him the teen. I'm not going to fall for this dog shit, right? They're trying to play it up as this big mystery that's going to be revealed later. No, I know who this kid is. All right, you can't fool me with that key jangling nonsense, right? I know that all the shills are sitting there, they're happy and all. This show is proof that you can slap the Marvel logo on anything, and shills will just, yay, it's the gayest Marvel ever, because that's what they do. That's what shills are. They sit there and they praise it all. They don't have any sort of cognitive ability to criticize this stuff. It's not in their programming. They love it to death. Sorry for the shill rant. Hi, shills. Hi. Hope you're getting paid well. So Agatha needs a coven to go down the witch's road to get her powers back. She uses Billy as a familiar to help her out. A lot of kooky dialogue. A lot of cringe dialogue as well. So she finds a diviner who is like a fortune teller. Played by, I want to say Patty Lupone. I think that's who it is. So, this episode becomes like a 45 minutes something. No, not even. The credits are longer than like any sort of character development. The credits are like 5-6 minutes long, while the rest of the episode is like 36 minutes long. Typical Disney Plus fashion as always. So this whole episode is Agatha going around to all these witches and recruiting them so that she can have a coven to do this ritual, which is just a giant, it's a musical scream fest. Not really a scream fest. Maybe I was over-exaggerating with that one. But essentially, she's gathering up all these witches to try and go and open up a portal to this witch's road, which is successful, by the way. They sing a little songy song that lasts way longer than it should, and the portal's opened. They're chased by demons. They go down into her basement, Agatha's basement, that is, after they're chased by what I can only assume is demons or like Nazgul or something, like wraiths. And they're chased down into the witch's road, to which they will take off their shoes and barefoot walk the witch's road. And that's where the episode ends. But everything up to that point was just introducing the different types of witches that Agatha knew. Most of them are sassy. All of them are bitches. Not even a debate. They're all unlikable bitches. Lucy Wu, I believe. No, Alice Wu, her daughter, was a cop who gets fired on the spot when she's working at security at a mall. I guess because she's a woman. Because there are no men in this show. You know, there's only women. And the only male characters, or male appearing characters, are gay. Simple. I mean, I may be over-exaggerating with that, but please tell me, how many men have you seen in this show already? Maybe one or two, right? It's pure MCU, as if that wasn't part of the course at this point. It's not like they have enough content to build a TV show off of such an obscure character as Agatha Harkness. She is the typical old haggy witch from the comics, at least from the 70s and 80s, or for however long it was that she was like that, because I just looked up Agatha Harkness for the first time recently. I'm not a guy who reads Marvel Comics post 2016. I kind of lost interest at that point. I was like, yeah, I see where it's going, and I'm not going to dive into that. As of 2022, as far as I know, they've turned Agatha Harkness into this old, ugly hag into a very beautiful, younger witch that's very attractive in the comics. Not that I have necessarily a problem with that. I just find it weird that they do that with her there, but they refuse to do it with everything else. She-Hulk, Black Widow, Lady Thor, like they refuse to make people sexy. Why is that? Are they like just refraining from the male gaze thing? Because I feel like that whole male gaze thing and the Me Too movement had a whole bunch of effect on the comic book industry as to why all of these female characters started looking ugly as fuck in the comic books. So now we're seeing a lot of that sprinkled into live action. There's no comic book that can accurately depict this show, Agatha All Along. There's not enough content on Agatha Harkness to make a TV show. They are wasting time. They're adamant about taking the time and stretching it out and wasting it so they can run up the minutes. This show, chances are, Agatha All Along is not going to have the viewership to get a season 2, as if they even want a season 2. It's not going to happen. Am I the only person watching this dog shit? I can't be, right? I can't be the only person watching this. So, essentially, we meet the diviner. We meet Alice Wu, the security guard who refuses to be a witch. Mrs. Hart from WandaVision, who played by Deborah Jo Rupp, I believe, who is revealed that she's not actually Mrs. Hart. She's Sharon. Can't believe I'm even remembering that. She does earth magic. She doesn't even know that she's a witch. Like, she doesn't do magic. They just assume that because she gardens, that works. That works for the ritual. So Agatha's like, hey, you do garden work, right? And she's like, oh, yeah, I love my green thumb. I love garden work. And Agatha's like, cool. Do you mind, like, coming with me in my coven to open up a portal to hell? And she's totally fine with it. She just goes along with them. I guess she doesn't care that much. There's a lot of obscure, by the way, there's a lot of obscure There's a lot of obscure references to comic book things that are never going to be seen in live action, like Nicholas Scratch being the name of the bunny, who is Agatha Harkness' son, who is a wizard in the comics. We're not going to see that happen in real life. Like, we're not going to see Nicholas Scratch become a character. I would like to see it, maybe, but that's not going to happen. Chances are, we might get a Mephisto this season. Wanda Maximoff might come back. White Vision might come back. They're probably going to like Jack Schaefer, the showrunner for this show, didn't know who Mephisto was when she made WandaVision. So chances are, now that she knows who Mephisto is, we're going to see Mephisto. So all the WandaVision fucking freaks from 2 or 3 years ago can now jizz their pants over the cameo of Mephisto. It's too fucking late for that, son. It's way too late. Way too late for that. But, oh yeah, I forgot about Jennifer Kale. Ginger side is real, everybody. Ginger side is real. If you are a ginger in the comic books, chances are in live action you are going to be darker than night, bro. Darker than night. Not to say that being darker than night is a bad thing. I just want to know why the gingers are getting it so hard, man. But Jennifer Kale isn't ginger. She's actually a blonde chick. Blonde, white girl, race swapped. Lose her hair, too. She's a bald black lady. I guess somebody out there is going to type, my racist, my sexist, Mod misogyny. Par for the course for Disney shills. That's what they do. Doesn't save your show, though. Your show still sucks. So, Jennifer Gale gets race swapped. What a shame. And then, yeah, you can eat candles now, I guess. One of the witch things is that you can eat candles. I think. The show is super gay. It's super boring. If you're going to bill your show as really gay, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's really gay. And it's just, there's no plot, really. Right? We're kind of, how is this going to be 9 episodes when there's nothing happening? And I know that might have been a lot that I might have just mentioned of stuff happening. It really isn't. It feels long. 14 minutes in, I checked it and I was like, God, it feels like it's been 30 minutes already. Because it's not engaging. There's nothing to hold on to here. So we can only assume what next week is going to be like. Probably gay and boring. But hey, what are your thoughts in the comments below? Like, share, comment, subscribe. This has been a real quick Isaac of the Dead video. More tank top stuff on the way. Yeah. Oh, burn that witch. Burn the witches. Yep, don't smoke crack. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.